Terraform Associate 004 is not a command memory test.
It asks whether you can follow an infrastructure change from configuration, through a plan, into state, and then into a team workflow. If you are a cloud engineer with basic terminal and architecture knowledge, this is the current foundational HashiCorp exam to study for.
S1. One warning before you start: 004 tests Terraform 1.12.
The live tertiary practice catalog still says 003, so use it only as third-party practice and check disputed facts against HashiCorp's 004 pages. In this guide, you will learn the official logistics, all 8 unweighted competency areas, the 4 named 004 updates, and a practical lab plan.
S1, S2. The official exam is online proctored, multiple choice, in English, and lasts 1 hour.
It costs $70.50 US, plus applicable taxes and fees, with no free retake. The credential lasts 2 years. HashiCorp publishes neither the official question count, the passing threshold, nor percentage weights for the 8 areas, so treat any such numbers as practice product settings, not 004 facts.
S1, S2, S5. Area 1 is infrastructure as code.
Know why a human-readable configuration and version control makes change reproducible and reviewable, and how providers let one Terraform workflow reach cloud, on-premises, and service APIs. Study tip: create one object manually, then declare a similar object in Terraform and compare the audit trail. Area 2 is fundamentals, provider requirements, versions, the dependency lock file, aliases, and state. Run init, inspect the provider dependency lock file, and explain which provider instance each resource uses.
S1, S2, S4. Area 3 is the core workflow: write, plan, apply.
Init installs what the working directory needs, fmt standardizes style, validate checks configuration validity, plan previews actions, apply performs approved changes, and destroy cleans up managed lab infrastructure. Do not blur those jobs together. In a disposable lab, repeat fmt check, validate, plan, apply, and destroy until you can predict the next output before running the command.
S1, S2, S4.
Area 4, configuration, is the largest skills checklist even though HashiCorp publishes no weights. Distinguish a resource, which manages an object, from a data block, which reads one. Practice references, variables, outputs, collections, for each, functions, and implicit dependency edges.
Use depends on only when Terraform cannot infer the relationship, and know what create before destroy changes in lifecycle ordering. Add variable validation, preconditions, postconditions, or checks.
For secrets, sensitive hides display but may still leave a value in plan or state, supported ephemeral values and write-only arguments omit temporary values instead.
S1, S2, S4. Area 5 is modules.
A root module calls child modules through local, registry, or version control sources.
Inputs and outputs form the interface, and variable scope stays inside each module.
Refactor one resource into a local child module, pass a name in, return an identifier, then compare that with a registry module pinned by a version constraint.
Remember that changing a module source requires initialization. S1, S2. Area 6 is state management.
State maps each resource address to one remote object and retains metadata and cached attributes. Local state is fine for a tiny lab. Teams need appropriately secured shared remote state, access control, backup, and locking to reduce concurrent operation races. Create drift outside Terraform, inspect a refresh-only plan, migrate to a remote backend, and use a moved block for a safe address refactor.
Never commit local state to Git. S1, S2, S7. Area 7 is maintaining infrastructure.
Import binds an existing remote object to a resource address. It does not write a complete maintainable configuration for you. Practice import with matching configuration, verify the mapping with state list and state show, then reconcile with a plan. Use verbose logging only for bounded troubleshooting, disable it afterward, and remember that logs may expose sensitive data.
S1, S2. Area 8 is HCP Terraform.
Know how projects organize workspaces, how remote runs, variables, state, VCS connections, teams, permissions, policies, run triggers, drift checks, and the private registry support collaboration and governance, and how the Cloud Block or Terraform login connects the CLI. Build one free test workspace, run a speculative plan, and compare local, CLI-driven, and VCS-driven responsibilities.
An HCP Terraform workspace is not simply a CLI workspace with a web page. S1, S2, S4.
Your study plan is simple: pin references to 1.12 in the 004 content list, build one disposable configuration to state lab, add the 4004 updates, dependency and lifecycle rules, custom conditions, ephemeral or write-only values, an HCP project organization, then practice true or false, single answer, and multiple answer questions while explaining every wrong option.
S1, S2, S3.
Use the practice link on screen for rehearsal, with the honest note that its live catalog currently labels the bundle 003. Subscribe for more Mechanism First exam guides, and check the description for the full 8-area checklist and WSQ-funded training information.